Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another broadcast of the Cranberry Baseball League here, presented by WMUA Sports. Cam Seibert and Colin Casey coming to you live from Pope Park in Acushnet, Massachusetts. A beautiful Sunday and a great day for baseball. We've got a matchup today between the Bourne Mariners and the Weymouth Shamrocks. It's about 80 degrees. Colin, where would you rather be right now than at a baseball field ready for some live sports?
I mean, there's really not many other places I'd rather be, considering how long the layoff had been, 3.5 months. We were fortunate enough to broadcast the game on Tuesday, where Bourne fell to South Shore in the Diamond Dogs' first ever game. It was a game that was shortened due to darkness, but the good thing about today is starting at 10 a.m., that's not really anything we need to worry about. And plus, the weather is absolutely perfect. It's a little hot, but I'm sure both teams are anxious to get back, get in the win column for the first time this year, as they're both 0-2 coming into this matchup.
Right, both teams 0-2. Today will be a doubleheader. This game getting ready to start here. It's supposed to start at 10, and the next game at 12, of course. Yeah, we were at that game last week, the opening day game for the Mariners and the South Shore Devil Dogs, the Diamond Dogs there. And like you said, it didn't finish because of the darkness. Not going to be a problem today. South Shore took the win in that one, and like you mentioned, both these teams 0-2, so hungry to get into the win column. We're just about ready to get going here. Bourne in the field first. They'll be the home team, and Weymouth will be batting first. It'll be Sean Gowdy, the right fielder, number 7 out of BSU for the Shamrocks, who will hit first. And on the hill, of course, for the Mariners, Connor Birch, also out of BSU, so a couple Bridgewater State guys matching up here to lead things off.
And Birch, a graduate 2018 from Bridgewater State, 7 appearances in his senior year, 1-4, 6.50 ERA in 36 innings pitched.
And we're ready for the first pitch. Birch right down the heart of the plate. Didn't see the signal from the ump.
Missed up and in.
Yeah, just a bit high there. 1-0 pitch swung on and hit deep to center field. Backtracking towards the wall and making the catch was Dan Cook for the Mariners. So 1 down.
Yeah, an efficient start for Birch, just throwing a couple of pitches and a lazy fly ball out to center field. Easy pickings for Cook.
Pretty good contact there from Gowdy. Hit it towards the wall, but like you said, just kind of popped it up. Now stepping in is Marcus Forrester from Colby. First pitch from Birch right down the middle of the plate. Fastball for a strike. Like you said, very efficient so far for Connor Birch. Curveball there. Catches a piece of the zone for 2 strikes. Got him in the hole quickly here.
Yeah, some good-looking break there from Birch. Buckling the knees of Marcus Forrester.
The 0-2 pitch. Another curveball. This one through the legs of the catcher at home to the backstop, so making a 1-2 count.
Yeah, we're still trying to sort out the positions for the Bourne Mariners, as the numbers that they did have are a bit different, so that's going to be quite the...
I think we know Dan Cook is in center field, so
yeah.
that worked out. It was the first out.
He had started in center field in game 1, and that's really solely we're basing that off of, but see if Birch can put away Forrester.
Yep, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hits him in the ribs, and that was coming in hot. Forrester takes it and heads down to first base. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, not exactly what you're looking to do with a 2-strike count and first base runner of the game.
So that brings up Brandon Jenkins from Roger Williams University, number 21. Be playing first base today. The lefty. He's got a man on first, 1 out. Birch from the stretch. Fastball off the outer half of the plate for a ball.
Infield at double play depth, hoping to get that ground ball up the middle.
Jenkins standing in, swinging at a fastball over the heart of the plate, fouling it back off into the backstop.
Yeah, look at the dimensions here at Pope Park. It's 315 down both lines, 350 to right and left center, and dead center field, about 360 feet. So doesn't really get too deep out in center field.
Nope. Slight breeze as well. I think it's coming in, though. Pitch from Birch outside for a ball. Make it 2-1. Last time we called the game, there was no fence, so the added excitement of a possible home run. Of course, Weymouth, they're the only team to have a player hit a home run. Had a solo home run last game from Max McDonald. He's actually not here today for Weymouth, so somebody else might have to step up. Another ball there from Birch, make it a 3-1 count. I think Jenkins could have a chance to be swinging here.
That was a lone run in that game for Weymouth against Braintree.
And a strike off the outer half of the plate. Jenkins a little upset about that one, but I'm sure Birch will take the call. Make it a 3-2 count. Battling back here. He's got a man on first. One out.
Could see the runner in motion.
This pitch again off the outer half. This time will be a ball, so that'll put runners on first and second. Yeah, and you mentioned the last time out for both of these teams, of course, both 0-2. The Mariners played Acushnet on Thursday, lost that game. Acushnet didn't have a hit.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that too often. Two
No
runs
hits.
on no hits, but 2 errors by Bourne being the difference. And right now, no hits yet for the the Shamrocks, as that pitch is over for strike 1, but no
hits yet, but yeah, they already got some guys in position. First and second base here with 1 out. Birch already testing himself in the first inning. Curveball. That does have some movement from this angle. Just off the side of the plate. I don't think it was a strike.
Yeah, missed just outside, but the movement's there. He just needs to be able to spot it.
Talked about it in that opening day game. A lot of these guys haven't necessarily played live sports in a little while. Still shaking off the rust maybe, and called time at home plate. Umpire is going to dust off the plate. Of course, everybody following those regulations now with COVID-19. You saw the Mariners right before the game started kind of huddled up, and everyone had a face mask on as they got into close proximity. Birch's pitch down the middle, fouled off. TJ Keefe. 1-2 count right now with an out. And runners on first and second base for the Shamrocks. Keefe trying to strike first here in the first inning.
Of course, the Mariners still looking for that double play ball to try to get out of the inning.
Birch gets set from the stretch. 1-2 pitch outside for a ball. Make it 2-2 now. Some patrons starting to show up to watch this game. 2-2 pitch outside from Birch. Make it a 3-2 count. Fighting back TJ Keefe right now.
And after getting Sean Gowdy on 2 pitches since then, really struggling with both efficiency and control from Birch, and becomes a huge payoff pitch.
That one down the middle, fouled off, down the third base line, out of play. Keefe staying alive, swinging at anything close.
It's been a really good at-bat here, and just what you want out of your top of the order in the first inning is to make that pitcher work and get into the bullpen as early as possible.
Yep, hasn't been easy yet for Connor Birch. First and second, here's the full count pitch. And that's a ball close off the outer half of the plate. Birch puts his hands on his knees after that one. He's in trouble now with the bases loaded here in the first inning.
He was really hoping for that one and getting that much needed out, but instead he just walked the bases loaded after getting the leadoff man. And now Kyle Sylvester will get a great opportunity to put his team in front at the top of the first.
So it'll be Kyle Sylvester stepping in from Wesleyan University. Right-handed hitter with the bases loaded here. Only 1 out in the first inning. Chance to really put on the pressure here as the first strike comes in from Connor Birch. I like to be seeing that. And like you said, the double play ball is still on here.
So was the force at home on a slowly hit ball to the corner infielders.
Another pitch there. That was an off-speed pitch. Just missed low. Make it a 1-1 count. Like Colin said, the infielders on the corners kind of moved in a little bit. Maybe playing that play to home. Pitch right down the middle. Gassed him with a fastball. Make it a 1-2 count. Birch could really use a punch out here.
I mean, he'll take it out any way he can get it.
Absolutely.
Of course, a fly ball will be good enough to put the Shamrocks out in front 1-0.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit to third base. Tag at third, and the throw to first is in time, but it's bobbled by the first baseman. And now some frantic base running. Now we got a pickle going on in between second and third, and it's going to be a tag out.
So it is in
as
fact
TJ
double play.
Keefe, right, was running to third. 1 run does score for the Shamrocks, but a double play. Could have gotten out of the inning cleanly, just bobbled over there at first base by the Mariners, and so 1 run will be the damage for the Shamrocks through the first half of the inning. And we'll be right back here as players take the field. Stay with us. All right. Welcome you back. Getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Set to lead off for the Mariners is Dan Cook. Made that play out in center field. And pitching for Weymouth is Brett Sullivan. Sullivan, a student at Archbishop Williams. Cook steps in, and Sullivan's first pitch inside for a ball. Weymouth struck first there in the top half of the inning with 1 run. Second pitch inside again there for Cook. Make it a 2-0 count.
And it's looking like deja vu all over again.
Another pitch inside. This one nicks him. So Sullivan hits the first batter. That'll send Dan Cook down to first base.
But as I was saying, it was deja vu all over again because first inning, Weymouth gets a run on no hits.
Right. Yeah. So now batting for the Mariners, it's Eric Sylvia. He takes his first pitch in the dirt.
Oh, interesting. So Sylvia's wearing 31. I had him down at 32. So hopefully next inning can figure out where he is in the field.
Might need to bring our binoculars next game. Pitch over, or throw over to first, I should say. Not in time. Cook gets back standing up.
It's how it usually is in these leagues. So at the beginning of the season, you wait until people really pick permanent numbers. As
Another throw it over to first. Not in time. Yeah, we're just happy to be out here broadcasting some sports. 2020. A year for the history books, I'm sure. And another throw over to first base. Sullivan not letting Cook get any space over there. Now from the stretch, Sullivan dealing to Sylvia. Throws outside. Don't believe Sullivan's thrown a strike to his credit this far.
And again, credit to that. A lot of these guys are pitching for the very first time in a long time.
Another pitch wild. This one to the backstop. It's going to let Cook jog on down to second base. So an early runner in scoring position for the Mariners. Sullivan might need to just take a breath out there on the mound.
TJ Keefe getting a real workout already. Having to come out of that crouch and run that ball down. A pretty moderate depth behind home plate. A lot of space back there.
That one finds the zone for Sullivan. We get a 2-1 count on the cheddar right down the middle. Looks back to second base. Cook taking a pretty sizable lead. Oh, a strike off the outer half of the plate. So, a 3-2 count now, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Full count for
I'm
Sullivan.
operating the scoreboard here at the same time.
Colin doing some multitasking.
Yeah.
Curveball almost found the outer half, but fouled off there by Eric Sylvia, staying alive in this full count.
Mitch Lundholm in the on-deck circle, and it'd be big if they could get two guys on, including one in scoring position for the big lefty Lundholm.
Yeah. So, full count. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball off the outer half. That one doesn't catch the strike zone, though, so it'll be a walk. It'll be first and second here for Mitch Lundholm to step up to the plate. Like you said, the big left-hander. Chance to retake the lead here. First pitch swinging, hit to right field. It's a blooper. Under it, making the catch. And throwing it back in was Sean Gowdy. So, 1 out. Still runners on first and second.
Yeah, and it's tough because Lundholm didn't really hit it deep enough where... Didn't hit deep enough where it could have advanced Cook from second base, so he had to hold up despite the speed that he possesses. Was unable to take third base, and so now double play possibility with DiMatteo up.
Yep, Zach DiMatteo batting in the cleanup spot. Still got runners on first and second. First pitch inside to throw down to third as trying to steal third base was Cook. He gets hosed on a really, really nice throw there from the catcher TJ Keefe for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, Cook didn't get the best of jumps and plenty of time for Keefe to make the throw down, and he still made an absolute perfect throw. So now Sylvia in scoring position, but quickly things going south in the inning for the Mariners.
The double steal, not necessarily paying off. Fouling one off there was DiMatteo. So 2 outs. A runner on second base. Shamrocks still with the early lead there, up 1-0. This pitch low, fouled off again by DiMatteo.
DiMatteo behind the plate in this one. I believe he was behind the plate the last time we were on the call against South Shore.
Like you mentioned, the dimensions here at Pope Park a little bit different. Actual fence out there. Backstop not as far back. Pitch from Sullivan off near the corner of the plate. Doesn't find the strike zone, though.
Bourne was actually on the road for the last game, technically speaking, as their last game was at this ballpark, Pope Park against Acushnet. They ended up losing 2-0, as mentioned earlier.
Down the heart of the plate and fouled off again by DiMatteo. Still a runner on second base. Beautiful Sunday here in Acushnet, Mass at Pope Park. Cranberry Baseball League action. Pitched low in the dirt for a ball. Three-two count here. DiMatteo swinging at I think it was a breaking ball low and missing, so that'll be strike 3. Sullivan gets out of the inning with no damage done. 1-0. Shamrocks still with the lead after 1. So the Borners get back out into the field. Take a quick break here again. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning. Listening to the Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. Welcome you back. Top of the second inning. Weymouth going to be trying to add on to that 1-run lead they developed in the first inning. Up to bat is Mike Cook. First pitch swinging. Connor Birch still on the mound for the Mariners.
A lot of Cooks in both lineups.
0-1 pitch misses low for a ball. Make it a 1-1 count. Birch from the windup. Pitch off the outer half. Swung on and hit to first base. Birch running over to make the tag at first. Nice play by Lundholm.
Just like last inning, Birch able to get a quick first out. We'll see if he can kind of keep the control in check, as that was his big issue after that first out in the first inning.
Correct. So that brings up Kevin Aylward from St. Joe's in Maine. Playing center field right now for the Shamrocks. First pitch, breaking ball, missing inside. Birch wasting no time. Second pitch, fastball, fans the batter and make it a 1-1 count.
Decent amount of fans making the trip out here to watch this doubleheader.
Fastball thrown hard there by Birch again, fouled off this time. Early advantage in the count, 1-2.
Interestingly enough, coming into today's matchup, 4 teams in the CBL are 2-0 and the other 4 are 0-2.
Pretty lopsided. Chance for both of these teams to get to 2-2 with this doubleheader today, and that one swung on in the dirt for strike 3. Aylward will head back to the dugout. Doesn't even want to test run into first on the dropped pitch. And around the horn the Mariners go.
And we're seeing a different Connor Birch than we saw in the first inning. A lot more control, and he's really going after the 6, 7, and 8 hitters now, and we'll see what he can do against Connor Dolan.
Certainly. So 2 outs for Birch, looking for the 1-2-3 inning. This one, first pitch swung on to the shortstop. Instead, the third baseman's going to cut it off and fumble it off his glove. So an error there will put Dolan on first base for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, that's a tough play to make as a third baseman trying to cut that one off. Be interesting to see if they did in fact call that an error. I think they would, because I think if he was able to glove that, he would have had enough time to get the runner at first. But it's a tough play as a third baseman coming all the way over from your left.
Yeah, the grass really slowing the ball up, but at the same time, yeah, I think you might have to make that play and charge it and try to get it there in time. Just fumbling it off the glove. So man on first now. Here's Birch again, pitching and throwing one high for a ball to J.B. O'Donnell, designated hitter out of AIC.
My neck of the woods, Springfield, Mass.
Second pitch high again, so 2-0 count with 2 outs. Birch's 2-0 pitch is swung on and hit to third base. Just played a first here, and a chance at redemption is successful there for
That was Frechette
Joe Frechette over at third base. So after making the error, he's able to redeem himself and get the out at first to close out the half of the inning. Keep it at a 1-0 lead for the Shamrocks. And the Mariners getting ready to come back up. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Bottom of the second inning from Pope Park. Colin Casey, Cam Cyber bringing you action here in Acushnet, Massachusetts. It's a 1-0 lead for the Weymouth Shamrocks. They were able to score that run top of the first inning on a fielder's choice from Kyle Sylvester. So now, Mariners will look to try to get those runs back. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Matt Cook, Drew Boley, and Joe Frechette. So first pitch from Brett Sullivan to Drew Boley is going to miss outside for ball 1.
Little bathroom break, but I'm back. Second pitch to Boley there, misses low, I believe.
Cook, sorry, not Boley. That was my fault. I was the one with the wrong name there.
No worries. Swinging and missing there. Sullivan throwing a little off speed there. Two-one pitch. High and outside. Still Matt Cook here for the Mariners. Left-handed hitter. Another pitch outside, but finds the strike zone. I don't know.
Like that might have gotten the outside corner.
Yeah, I guess so.
And that one's called strike 3.
So a breaking ball catches the outer half. Back-to-back pitches on that outside part of the plate called for strikes. And Sullivan's got himself a K there.
Yeah, that's back-to-back strikeouts now dating back to the last inning as he was able to get catcher Zach DiMatteo
Yeah, you gotta
swinging.
pick up on the umpire's calls too. If he's letting those outside pitches be strikes, you got to be swinging. Definitely seems like the outside part of the plate is going to be a pitcher's haven, and that ball is fouled down the line, just barely foul. Now Drew Boley stepping in. So Sullivan's 0-1 pitch coming up from the windup in the dirt there for a ball.
Get someone warmer in the bullpen for Bourne.
That pitch just a little bit outside. The fastball from Sullivan makes it a 2-1 count.
It's a right-hander. Also, another right-hander warming for Weymouth, so could be seeing the bullpen in action soon.
This one swung and hit to third base. Easy play over there for the third baseman. Will put away Boley, making the play there. That was Mike Cook. Like you said, a lot of Cooks for both of these teams. That Mike Cook is for Weymouth. Is a doubleheader today. These two teams will play again right after this.
Be interesting to see what the lineups are, if they're similar or not.
First pitch, breaking ball, high and outside for a ball. Dealing now to Joe Frechette. Made that play at third base to end top half of the inning last time in the field. Right down the middle and hit back to the pitcher. Easy play over to first base, and they'll tap the bag for the third out. So unable to get anybody on that time are the Mariners. Keep the score at 1-0. Weymouth on top. Yeah, and you mentioned it. A couple guys warming up in the bullpens. Pitch counts very limited for these pitchers in the Cranberry Baseball League, of course. A lot of them playing college baseball. You don't want to injure yourself or put too much strain on yourself when you're just trying to stay active over the summer. Mariners jump back out into the field and start to warm up. We'll be right back, taking a quick break here. You're listening to Cranberry Baseball League on WMUA Sports. All right. Back here for the start of the third inning. First pitch swung and hit down the first base line. This one looks like it's going to be out of play, and it is. Do we have a pitching change?
No, it looks like it's still Birch now and warming up. Trying to exactly figure out who that is.
We're back at the top of the lineup for Weymouth. Sean Gowdy will be the one hitting. Just fouled that one off to make it an 0-1 count. Flew out to center field last time up. Second pitch in the dirt into the backstop.
Just to get, for those of you who are just joining us up to speed, the defense is as follows for Bourne: Drew Boley in left, Matt Cook in center, Dan Cook in right, Joe Frechette over at third, Tyler Rondeau at short, Tyler Ferdinand at second, Mitch Lundholm at first, Zach DiMatteo behind the plate for Connor Birch.
Birch's pitch again in the dirt. Check swing, he didn't go. 2-1 will be the count.
Gowdy floats center to begin the game.
2-1 pitch, hit down the third base line and foul.
So the question is, Cam, if Connor Birch is going to go the full third inning after the amount of pitches he threw in the first, but it looked like it canceled out with the quick second inning he had, and now he'll be looking to finish out the inning before Coach goes to the pen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a change. 3-1 pitch inside. So it must have been the 2-1. I could have swore there was 3 balls there, but
I think the count is full now.
full count. Birch from the windup. Down the middle to Gowdy, fouled it off over the backstop.
And that'll just add to the pitch count.
You're right. Manager of the Mariners, Nate Charette.
Shred also the commissioner of the Cranberry Baseball League, as well as the owner of the Bourne Mariners. So
Correct.
certainly wears a lot of hats throughout the Cranberry Baseball League.
And wearing a mask right now over there in that dugout. 3-2 pitch. Off the outer half of the plate for a ball. So that'll send Gowdy down to first.
A little bit more on Charette in his first year as the manager back in 2012 of the then Brockton Mariners. They went 0-24. As speaking of Charette, he's out to go talk to his pitcher, but 0-24 in his first season, and it was just a real tough start for them, the first couple of teams under his leadership. But eventually they got things going, and in his 5th season, they were able to win the championship and break that dynasty that was the Braintree White Sox for just a year. As in the last 10 years, of course, Braintree has won 9 of the last 10 with the exception of that 2016 season.
Yeah, I look forward to watching Braintree play. So obviously they're putting something together over there to win 9 of the last 10 championships. I mean, we're used to dynasties here in Boston, in the Boston area, when it comes to sports.
Oh, yeah. And we do actually have a pitching change, so we'll take a look at who the new pitcher is.
Seems to be Tyler Ferdinand, but
Yeah, I mean, Ferdinand's actually number 4 after looking through this whole number mess. So, don't know for sure on who this new pitcher is. I think a bee just flew in my hair. But I'll do the best I can to do some research and figure out who it is based on the numbers I have. I believe it's... Well, there's like a number of 24s in this lineup, so...
yeah, crazy that so many players have the same number. Doesn't help us by any means. But yeah, as he warms up, we enjoy ourselves here on a Sunday, watching some live baseball for the Cranberry Baseball League. Doubleheader action. Cam Seibert and Colin Casey.
So the book will close on Birch once that runner is either retired or scores over at first base. But again, 2+ innings pitched, no hits allowed, and yet Bourne's trailing 1-0. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast last time out for Bourne. They end up losing the game to the Acushnet Aztecs. The Aztecs didn't have a hit in the game. Still able to get the win, something you don't see all too often. So looks like we're ready to get going again here. Mystery pitcher on the mound. Still trying to figure out exactly who that is. Hope you'll bear with us.
Yeah, I mean, both 24s I have on the roster. One is Ferdinand, who's at second base, and the other is Kevin Gower, but Kevin Gower's a lefty, so the musical chairs with numbers certainly not doing any favors for the broadcasters.
No. First pitch in the dirt there for a ball.
Forrester responsible for the lone run in this ball game as he was hit back in the first inning. Came around to score on that weird play that ended the first inning, which was officially scored as a fielder's choice, and then a run down between second and third.
Runner taken off for second base. Pitch is wild. And even challenging third base, but he's going to jog back into second for an easy steal. That was Gowdy.
Yeah, that ball really took off up and in right over the head of Forrester. Wonder if it slipped or... Not sure.
Yep. Made for an easy steal, though, as it got to the backstop. Heard a coach yell about the steal. Maybe that caught the pitcher off guard a little bit. I'm not sure. See if he can recalibrate. He does with a strike.
Yeah, after that wild pitch, it's important since the double play is out of certainty. Be important to get maybe a strikeout here and again just try to limit that damage.
Another pitch high for a ball. Gowdy's still out there at second base in scoring position. Marcus Forrester still up to bat. Sorry, go ahead.
Velocity is good. It's just the control. And that's not too surprising at this point. Just a radar gun down there is telling me he hit 82 on that last fastball.
In for a strike there. Full count?
That one at 80, so fastball in the low 80s, not bad at all.
3-2 pitch. That one will wake us up. Fouled back into the backstop. Appreciate this fence in front of us.
Brandon Jenkins waiting in the on-deck circle, trying to get an opportunity to drive in some insurance runs.
Absolutely. Still 1-0 lead right now for the Shamrocks. Top of the third inning. Full count with Gowdy at second base. Marcus Forrester swinging and missing on absolute missile down the heart of the plate to record the first out for the Mariners.
He climbed the ladder on Forrester, challenged him with another high fastball. It seems like that's what he likes to go to, and Forrester simply couldn't catch up to that one. And a huge first out for Bourne as they try to weasel their way out of this inning.
A little extra juice on that one for sure. Now stepping in is Brandon Jenkins, left-handed hitter. Another fastball. This one hit to second base. Runner taken off for third, and the throw at first is not going to be in time. It's a passed ball, and that'll score the run.
Yeah, it's actually out of play. So that'll put Jenkins on second, and again, that's going to be another error. So still no hits and 2 runs coming across for Weymouth.
Yeah, interesting to note. No hits, 2 runs. Deja vu maybe for the Mariners here. The umpires call for time. Jenkins just going to deliver his batting gloves to his third base coach. Now,
still trying to figure out the scoreboard as we go. I had to put a run up, and so far so good.
So now TJ Keefe stands in, left-handed hitter. He's got a man on second base. Chance to increase this lead a little more. He's hitting one into left field. It's going to get down. The runner at second looks like he's going to get held up at third. Nice piece of hitting there by Keefe, though, to hit it to opposite field. Nice line drive.
And there's the first hit of the game as Keefe able to show off that hitting to all field ability, and trying to get the out was Drew Boley, but I don't think he saw the play at third in time. Had he been able to see it, might have been able to make it a little bit closer of a play, but Jenkins able to get up, and he's 90 feet away from that third run.
Yeah, Jenkins hesitated a little bit there, too, halfway down the line. Wanted to make sure it was getting down, but, I mean, it was a line drive. First pitch there to Sylvester is a ball. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Double play balls in play. This one on the inside part of the plate for a strike.
Sylvester drove in, technically speaking, that first run. Of course, you don't get an RBI for a fielder's choice, but he put the ball in play, and good things happen for Weymouth.
Keefe taking a big lead at first. The throw down is in time for an out. How about the throw from behind home plate from DiMatteo?
Yeah, great pickoff play. Snap throw down. I think it was Lundholm who had called it out, and DiMatteo recognized it, made a good throw, and a great tag by Mitch Lundholm over at first.
So TJ Keefe gets caught sleeping over by first base, make it 2 outs with a man on third. Swinging and missing is Sylvester. Yeah, and I wonder what Keefe was really going for there. It looked like he might have thought about trying to steal and forcing the catcher into an awkward situation. But he stopped as he started to take off, and he was caught in no man's land.
This would be huge if Bourne can get out of this, giving up just 1.
This is hit right up the middle, and it will land in center field to score a run. Sylvester with a nice piece of hitting there, going down low for 1 and driving it out into center.
And there's the first RBI of the game, and again, Sylvester just getting the job done, putting the ball in play in key situations, and it's all you really need if you're Weymouth right now. They're putting the ball in play, good things are happening, whether it be of their own doing or via the errors.
Right. So a 2-out RBI for Sylvester there. Makes it strike coming in. 4-0? 3-0, that's right. TJ Keefe getting picked off there at first for the second out. So now Mike Cook for the Shamrocks in there. Just took a strike. Breaking ball. Not going to find the strike zone. Even up the count at 1-1. Ball hit over towards second base. Might get to the gap, but closing down on it and making the play there for the Mariners. Record the third out and get out of this inning, but not before the Shamrocks tack on a couple more. Sylvester driving in that RBI single. Make it 3-0 now, heading into the bottom half of the third. What do you think about that inning, Colin?
Definitely a tough situation for Bourne, but self-inflicted. I mean, that error that brought home that first run really kind of put them in trouble, and then Sylvester able to take advantage of it, driving in the run with 2 away. Great piece of hitting, 2 strikes, and 2 balls, 2 strike count. Just takes it right up the middle and drops out into center field. And simply put, Bourne's really got to get the bats going.
Yeah, there's been a couple errors in the field, like you said. Find themselves now in a 3-0 hole, but they're coming up to bat here in the bottom half of the third, so we'll see if they can try to shrink down this lead when we come back. All right, welcome you back. Bottom half of the third. Trying to bunt and fouling it off off his own ankle. It's Tyler Rondeau there.
Yeah, he's a bit shaken up.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to shake that one off. Awkward play there. He tried to lay down the bunt. Tried to catch the Shamrocks sleeping. Mike Cook over there at third base.
You know, I thought it was going to be a new pitcher, but Brett Sullivan's actually going to go out for a third inning of work. And, yeah, you know, why not? Especially after that bottom of the second inning where you got him 1, 2, 3, added a punch out. He's looked really sharp.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start there in the first inning, but like you said, he's picked it back up. Throwing one down low and fouling it off there was Rondeau. So now with 2 strikes on him, we'll see what Rondeau can do here. Sullivan shakes his head no, and now he's ready to go. From the windup, the 0-2 pitch is in the dirt and past the catcher for a ball.
You can afford to waste a couple here, getting that 0-2 count.
Yep, so now the 1-2 for Rondeau. Sullivan from the windup, right down the middle, but just a little low. That'll be ball 2. Good eye from Rondeau there.
Brett Sullivan is actually his second appearance with the Shamrocks so far this year.
This one inside and low, but swinging and missing is Rondeau for the first out of the inning. Sullivan trying to go the distance, you might say.
He went 2 1/3 last time, which is where we're at now, but it's a lot different than this time around, as he had given up 2 earned runs, 3 total runs on 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 3, but this time around through 2 1/3, just a couple of base runners via hit by pitch and a walk.
Here's Ferdinand laying down a bunt and heading down the first base line. Looks like he's going to beat it out. He will. Left-handed batter. A little bit of a slap bunt, kind of looked like. He got under it a little bit. And
yeah, it almost worked out. It almost worked to his advantage getting under it because the ball just kind of stopped as Mike Cook came in to run after and pick it up, but by then Ferdinand was able to beat it out. That's the first hit of the game for the Bourne Mariners rather.
Yeah, nice bunt for sure. So now it's Dan Cook. Pitch thrown in the dirt, but a nice pick there by the catcher TJ Keefe to hold up the runner at first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the Mariners kind of use a little bit more small ball.
Sullivan from the stretch with a laser beam down the heart of the plate.
Getting a runner on. We'll see if Cook can advance him. One away, though. I'm sure he's looking to get that base hit. Get a couple of guys in scoring position.
Pitch low in the dirt for a ball. Dan and I believe it would be his brother, Matt. Just based off the last name.
Yeah, they're both Harwich natives, so familiar with Cape. Harwich about, I want to say, hour 20 from here, depending on how much Cape traffic you hit.
Nice pitch there from Sullivan, a little off-speed changeup. Finds the corner.
Although there might not be much traffic this summer.
Huh. 2-2 count. Hit into the gap in left center, but making the play is Kevin Aylward, and it'll hold the runner up at first. And it looks like we're getting a pitching change. The Shamrocks come out of the dugout to high-five their pitcher.
Yeah, great outing from Sullivan. He's responsible for Tyler Ferdinand over at first, but that was the only hit he surrendered in 2 2/3. And we'll see who the new pitcher is, as I'm going to go ahead and take a look. But regardless, a really strong outing from Brett Sullivan, and that's about all you can ask for with these limited pitch counts that these pitchers are on. to go almost 3 innings and not give up any runs, I mean, very respectable effort.
Yeah, he started off a little shaky in the first inning. Looked like he was just kind of knocking off some rust, and then he started to find his spots. Started to throw more strikes, and yeah, very good job. Got the left-hander coming in now for the Shamrocks. Starting to warm up.
And from what I heard down in the conversation between coaches, the new pitcher is Matt Scabilio.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
More on him in just a moment.
A great day for baseball here in Acushnet, though, without a doubt.
So Scabilio, a Colby College left-hander, teammate of Marcus Forrester's. From the scouting report that I'm looking at right now, his fastball peaks in the mid-80s, so good velocity from the southpaw, and we'll see how tough it is for these Mariners to pick it up, especially with a couple of lefties due up, Sylvia and then Lundholm. Scabilio out of Scituate, Mass. Went to Scituate High. Also a varsity basketball player there, and
Playing a little hoop.
also a football player. So 3-sport athlete at Scituate High, always impressive.
Certainly. Couple of golfers in the booth. High school golfers.
Oh yeah, you're giving me a lot of stock there. I hope my stats aren't still on Mass Live. I really hope they wipe those clean.
Golf stats on Mass Live?
Yeah, they actually did score. It's ironic because I played one match my sophomore year and shot like 56 on 9 holes. So there's that. And then I had like my best match ever on varsity my senior year and shot 43. So like whoever's looking at those stats is probably like, what is wrong with this kid?
They're probably thinking he grew. He got better.
Yeah.
He shaved off 13
Except for like
strokes.
the 50 I had on senior night.
Well, it'll happen.
Oh.
So play is getting ready to pick back up. First pitch from the left-hander fouled off by Eric Sylvia. And it's Matt Scabilio on the mound for the Shamrocks. Would you say that's how you say it, Scabilio?
Believe so. That's what I heard from the discussion between the managers down in front of home plate.
Scabilio looks off the man on first and throws a fastball low and away for a ball. Dan Cook over there at first, looking for his teammate Eric Sylvia to put one in play and try to get him around.
Sylvia reached via walk back in the first.
Scabilio steps off the mound, looks over to first, but doesn't throw. Left-hander's got a good view of the runner over at first. His pitch now fouled off. And good hustle there from Mitch Lindholm coming out of the on-deck circle to retrieve that pass ball. Good sportsmanship. You'll love to see it.
Looking more on Scabilio, he actually was the high school football player of the week back in his senior year.
This pitch outside for another ball. 2-2 is the count, and I'm interested now into what position was he playing. Was he the quarterback?
Yes, he was actually the quarterback.
There you go.
Nominee throwing 3 touchdowns and running for another against, as there's strike 3 against.
This one's going to paint the corner on the outside. Ring him up.
It was against East Bridgewater, so not too far from you, right?
Right. East Bridgewater was in a different division than my high school, I believe. But, yep, right down the street. Still some high-octane athletics. And nice strikeout there, though, from Scabilio to end the inning. Still no damage done by the Mariners. 3-0 remains the score. We're headed in to the top of the 4th inning now. We'll take a quick little break, but we hope you'll stay with us. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League here, presented by WMUA Sports. Top of the 4th inning. Cranberry Baseball League. Bourne Mariners taking on the Weymouth Shamrocks. Shamrocks with the advantage right now, up 3-0 as Kevin Aylward steps in. Still going up against the mystery pitcher. We apologize. We're still trying to figure that out. First pitch inside for a strike. A 1 pitch, breaking ball. Just a little low in the dirt. Even up the count at 1 apiece. Last time up, Aylward struck out. This time hitting one to short. Fielded cleanly, and the throw is in time. Tyler Rondo out there for the Mariners making a nice play.
Yeah, really sharply hit ground ball there from Aylward. Made some solid contact, but right place, right time for Rondo, and perfect throw over to first. And
yeah, easy enough.
A very welcome perfect throw. It's been a bit of a tough time for Lundholm having to field a couple of these short hops.
Absolutely. Now Connor Dolan steps in for the Shamrocks. First pitch a little low, but in there for a strike.
Another arm warming up for the Mariners. I believe it is Casey Fernandez, the Wareham, Mass native, throwing in the bullpen.
This pitch in the dirt for a ball. Even up the count again at 1 apiece. Can't blame Colin for having to do the scoreboard. And that pitch, another breaking ball, swinging and missing.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting.
Dolan.
I do. I mean, it's helpful for us, but also just I'm hoping the fans are trying to,
All right. Well, I think as long as you got the score up there, they appreciate it.
That's a good point.
The count back even again at 2-2.
Home plate umpire's been bailing me out a couple of times when I've forgotten what the count is. So.
Well, that's his job. He's getting paid.
Yeah.
So. 2-2. Pitch on the way from the wind-up. This one low again. Make it a full count now for Connor Dolan. Sunday Baseball, presented by WMUA Sports here, the Cranberry Baseball League.
Sunday Night Baseball coming back soon in the MLB.
Not bad. Full count. This one's hit to second base. A chopper fielded cleanly. And out will be recorded. Over there at second base was Tyler Ferdinand making the play. Couple Tylers in the infield.
Yeah, making up the middle infield, and that one doesn't get much easier. Slow chopper. He kind of had to stop in his tracks fielding that ball and just waited for it to come to him. Easy play over at second, and I'm sure there's a breath of fresh air for the Mariners dugout, seeing a lot more clean plays out in the field.
First pitch swinging up the middle, but fielded by Rondo, and the throw over to first is in time. Another good play by a middle infielder there for the Mariners, recording all 3 outs in the middle infield. So no runs scored that time for the Shamrocks. Mariners need to get the bats going here as they head into the bottom of the 4th inning. Down 3-0. We'll be right back as soon as play resumes. Alrighty. Bottom of the fourth inning. Mariners still in the hole here, down 3-0 to the Weymouth Shamrocks, and the big left-handed hitter Mitch Lundholm stepping in right now. Scabilio still on the hill for the Shamrocks, the left-hander. Lefty versus lefty right now. First pitch in the dirt. Lundholm takes it looking.
He flew out to shallow right field back in the first inning.
See what he can do here. Another pitch in the dirt. This one inside for ball 2.
And no action right now in the pen for Scabilio, so might be his game for the next few innings. Of course, it's going to be a 7-inning game here in the Cranberry Baseball League.
Right, looked like the Mariners might have been getting ready to make a change. We'll see what happens there. Here's Lundholm handling with a 2-0, and it hits him in the head. Lundholm down on the ground right now, and things just got serious. Pitch came in and just hit Lundholm in the head. Coach is asking for some ice.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be
good to see him
Lundholm
standing. He is standing and walking back towards the dugout, which is a good sign.
Yeah, I think it got him right in the rim of the cap, and I don't think anyone right now feels worse than Scabilio. I mean, you can see he reacted pretty quickly after that ball got in.
Never like to see that.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a substitution here from Lindholm. I mean, it's good that he's already quickly back up and moving. Those, especially if it hits you right in the brim, the vibration, really. But he seems to be laughing it off. He's actually go back in the game. How about that?
Wow. I have to hold myself back from clapping there. I almost had to, because that is never easy.
And he's having a good laugh over at first with Brennan Jenkins, and I think Scabilio came over and just let him know that he was sorry for that. But, that's just what happens in baseball. And at the end of the day, Lundholm's got Lundholm's on base, and all of a sudden, let's see if the Mariners can spark a rally behind this, especially with a guy with 2 RBIs on the season and Zach DiMatteo at the plate.
You would think you'd be inspired by watching your teammate take one off the kisser. Lundholm's kind of looking the ump in the eyes just to make sure he's all there. Right, it's one thing to get hit by a pitch, but anytime it hits you in the head, you hear that sound of the helmet, you heard it. I mean, everyone in the whole place just went dead silent. Lundholm hit his knees, and that could be serious.
Yeah.
You never know what that's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, especially
nice to see him up.
Massachusetts natives know a lot about a Massachusetts native who played for the Red Sox, Tony Conigliaro, one of the bright stars for the Red Sox back in the 1960s, and later in that Impossible Dream 67 season, he took a fastball up and in right in the eye, and he was able to come back a year later and have a remarkable season, but after that, he really never was the same, and it's one of those what could have been moments during that 86-year drought for the Boston Red Sox.
So we pick back up, and DiMatteo will be the batter. Takes the first pitch in the dirt. It's a ball. Lundholm down there at first base after taking that one off the helmet. Scabilio still the pitcher for the Shamrocks. DiMatteo struck out last time. Trying to help his team fight back from this 3-0 deficit here in the bottom of the fourth. Scabilio looking the runner off at first and now throwing low for a ball. Lundholm taking a lead. Scabilio's pitch finds the inside part of the plate for a strike.
There are already 3 hit batters in this game, so again, that control certainly has been an issue for a lot of these pitchers in the CBL so far.
Another good pitch, just misses high for a ball. Make it a 3-1 count, a hitter's count here for Zach DiMatteo with a runner on first base.
I think there was also a hit by pitch in the first game we did back on Tuesday.
Oh, there was a couple, I believe. Yeah. 3-1 pitch, fouled off by DiMatteo. That one was low. Umpire says we need a ball. Can't play baseball without a ball. Fire one in. Scabilio rubs down the new ball. Toes the rubber. Gets ready to throw from the stretch. 3-2 count to DiMatteo. Pitch is across the plate for a strike, and DiMatteo misses that for a strikeout. He's understandably frustrated with that.
Second strikeout now for Scabilio as he got that strikeout on Sylvia to end last inning.
So now batting for the Mariners is Matt Cook. Takes the first pitch looking for a ball.
And this is the benefit of having a guy like Scabilio in your bullpen. You can face a lot of these left-handed hitters, and he's faced 2 so far and was able to strike out 1 and almost had Lundholm before he hit him.
Another ball there for a 2-0 count. Lundholm still over at first base for the Mariners. 2 outs. Scabilio. Runner stealing towards second. Here's the throw, not in time, and Lundholm will take second base. Again, Lundholm gets on base after getting hit in the head with a pitch. Decides to stay in the game, now just stole second base. Making plays for his team. You got to be inspired if you're a teammate. At the grit and the passion.
Yeah, he got a really good jump over at first base, especially on a lefty. A lot tougher to get those good jumps, and Scabilio lost track of him. Still a decent throw down to second base from Keefe behind home plate, but good speed from first baseman Lundholm.
Pitch in there for a strike on the outer half of the plate. Dealing again to Matt Cook. That's Scabilio. Make it a 2-2 count with 1 out. Lundholm with the lead at second. Pitch high and chopped at with a miss for Matt Cook. That'll be a strikeout for Cook. Make it 2 outs.
Yeah, it's clear Scabilio's kind of strikeout or bust right now. He's faced 4 batters, struck out 3, and hit the other.
Yeah, pretty good outing so far, though, for Scabilio. Now Drew Boley will step in for the Mariners. Ball in the dirt. Keefe has to look for it. Throws down to second. It's going to leave Lundholm running to third. He slides in and he's safe at third base. Bit of a wild play there as the pitch in the dirt.
I mean, I think it's incredible to see what Mitch Lundholm has done in the 10 minutes since he had gotten hit by that pitch. I mean, we weren't even sure if he was going to stay in the game, and he elects to stay in, and all of a sudden has stolen 2 bases.
Yeah, and that one, an instinctual play to head over to third once the throw came down to second. Able to slide in there and be safe as Scabilio throws a strike.
Now the pressure shifts to Drew Boley to try to drive in that first Mariners run with 2 away.
Absolutely. Count is at 1-1. Pitch on the outside, just missing. Make it 2-1 now. Scabilio from the stretch, looking for the signal from his catcher. That one over the plate and swung and missed.
That's that lively fastball again we've seen. It's been a strikeout pitch throughout. And we'll see if he goes back to it now with a 2-2 count.
Two outs for Boley. Takes a pitch looking to even up. Actually, I'm sorry, to make it a full count.
Yeah, I think that missed just below the knees. Make it full.
Runner on third base with two outs. Full count for Drew Boley. Pitch outside, and he'll take a walk down to first base to put runners on the corners here. Mariners trying to inch their way back here, down 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, be an opportunity for Joe Frechette to drive in that first run. He actually is the tying run. Of course, one step at a time for the Mariners with 2 away in the inning. They're just trying to chip away at this Weymouth lead. Of course, both teams looking for their first wins on the season, coming in at 0-2 in the young season.
So here is Joe Frechette. Swinging at the first pitch and missing.
I think you underestimated the power behind the fastball from Scabilio because he was really late on that one.
Got some smoke on the catcher's mitt. Was that one? That one made it in. Check swing over to the dugout, and a nice snag made there by a player on a bucket.
Very impressive.
Staying active. He might need to get in the field.
Got an arm heading out to the bullpen now for Shamrocks. So this really could be it for Scabilio in the inning. And if it is, definitely a strong effort from him.
This pitch over the zone and fouled off again. So 2 strikes to Joe Frechette.
Yeah, I think Frechette's a little frustrated that he can't catch up to this fastball. He was late on the first one. Check swung and fouled off the second one, and then still late on that last one. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see if Scabilio changes things up here.
Pitcher's count 0-2 with 2 outs. Scabilio tries the off speed, almost gets away from TJ Keefe behind the plate, but a nice snag to keep it in front of him. Hold the runners where they are at the corners. 2 outs.
Looks like it's Brendan Quigley warming in the pen, the right-hander for Weymouth.
Scabilio's 1-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. So staying alive for Frechette. Now with a 2-2 count. Trying to drive in a run here for the Mariners and get them on the board. Scabilio's pitch is dusted Frechette for a strikeout there. The fastball again working in Scabilio's favor. Get him out of the jam unscathed again as the score remains 3-0. Weymouth in the lead. So now we head to the top of the 5th. Looks like we'll get a pitching change from both teams potentially. Scabilio there able to get out of the inning. And a good outing from him. As the players take the field and get warmed up, we'll take a little break here. You're listening to Cranberry Baseball League on WMUA Sports. Welcome you back for the top half of the 5th inning. A couple substitutions. Well, actually just one over at first base. Alex Sorrenti coming in for Mitch Lindholm. Lindholm, I'm sorry.
Lundholm. Yeah.
Lundholm, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I keep alternating between the two myself.
But, I mean, for good reason, Lundholm there taking that pitch off the helmet last inning when he was up to bat. Coach tells us he wants to stay in the game, but I think it's for the better that he take a rest. First pitch of the inning in the dirt for a ball. We actually were able to get some more intel. It's Matt Seavey on the mound out of North Attleboro for the Mariners. He's been throwing for the past couple innings. Trying to keep this lead at just 3. Second pitch is a strike. Swung and missed at. Sean Gowdy, the top of the lineup here for Weymouth. Taking his 3rd at bat. CV's pitch again down the middle for a strike. He'll jump up 1-2 in the count. One-two pitch. Breaking ball hit high in the air to left. Tracking it down and getting under it to make the play was Drew Boley. Easy enough.
Second fly out for Gowdy to go along with a walk and a run scored. And Seavey is definitely settled down after coming in that 3rd inning and gave up a couple of hits, but didn't help that there was that error that brought in a run. So since the 2 hits he had allowed, he's actually retired 5 in a row.
Somewhat of a trend for a lot of these players. Yeah, just kind of shaking off the rust a little bit. Getting used to live action again. Now batting is Marcus Forrester. He takes a first pitch high for a ball. CV from the windup. This one is high Ched for a strike. Fanning Forrester. Beautiful Sunday here in Acushnet, Massachusetts. Pitch in the dirt from CV.
Scouting report on CV. Fastballs, low 70s or high 70s to the low 80s. He's also got a changeup in the mid 70s.
This pitch just missing.
And then a high 60s curveball.
3-1 count for Forrester as he steps in. Nice pitch there. Bouncing back was Seavey. Fastball over the heart of the plate. Forrester not able to catch up with that. So now a full count. Nobody out. CV's pitch off the outer half catches him looking for a strike 3 call.
Yeah, that one just caught the corner. Forrester, for the 2nd time, goes down on strikes and got with the changeup that time. So he took a little bit off and was able to clip the corner.
Yeah, nice looking pitch. Hear somebody say they got the gun out and the pitch hit 81.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't a changeup. I heard changeup and then 81. You don't really hear that. Well, you shouldn't hear that when his changeup's usually in the 70s.
Definitely seems like his velocity is up. I mean, that fastball is moving in the dirt that time. So 1-0 count to Jenkins, who steps in. First baseman out of Roger Williams. Second pitch fouled off to the backstop.
Jenkins has reached base twice, once via a walk in the first, and the other time on an error by Ferdinand over at second. He would come around to score the 3rd run for the Shamrocks.
CV getting ready for his windup. Breaking ball for a strike. Caught Jenkins off guard a little bit there.
is to make it 7 in a row now retired in his second straight 1-2-3 inning.
Going back to the fastball there is CV, and he got him swinging for the third out of the inning. A nice strikeout there. And like you said, CV retiring 8 straight batters. Keep the lead at just 3 for the Shamrocks. And like we've kept saying, Mariners need to get those bats going. They head into the dugout now for the bottom of the 5th. And while we wait for the inning to pick back up, we'll take a quick break here. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League, presented by WMUA Sports. Picking back up on the action here in the bottom of the 5th. See manager of the Mariners, Nate Charette, head over to the third base coaching area. Scabilio still on the mound for Weymouth right now. And Tyler Rondo steps in for the Mariners towards the bottom part of the lineup. First pitch swinging, fouled it off. Fastball there from Scabilio.
So far, just the 1 hit for the Mariners in 4 innings. That coming from a bunt single to the left side. Tyler Ferdinand, who was in the on-deck circles, 9-hitter.
Definitely need to see those bats get going if they're going to want a chance in this one.
Brendan Quigley still warming up in the pen. We'll see how much longer Scabilio can go.
Sidearm guy over there in the pen, yeah. Waiting for a ball right now after that foul. Scabilio heads back to the rubber.
3 other doubleheaders going on. The upcoming one that'll get started at 12 o'clock is Canton at Plymouth. 12 and 2 o'clock, those 2 games.
Pitch hit straight to the shortstop, and without even moving his feet, making the play there was Kyle Sylvester. Good contact there from Rondo, just not to the right spot. From shortstop to shortstop.
Tyler Rondo is just walking back. He goes, "I love it. It's my favorite thing to do." Line out at
just
first.
the line out.
A little frustrated.
Yeah, he caught a good piece. Just unfortunate. So Tyler Ferdinand steps in. Another Tyler. He tries to bunt one again there, and had that bunt a couple innings back. Ended up working. That one fouled over the backstop. Only hit, I believe, for the Mariners was on that bunt. A left-handed hitter.
And the other 2 doubleheaders taking place both at 5 and 7 o'clock, so the later games end up
Sundays.
finishing under the lights. South Shore at Rockland, and then Braintree at Acushnet. So right back here, actually. 5 and 7 o'clock. Battle between two 2-0 teams.
Ferdinand steps back in. Fouls off another pitch there from Scabilio. So he's in the hole early here. 0-2.
That's a good thing about having that home field with lights, though. Those Tuesday and Thursday night games at home.
Yep, we had that one last week. It called a little early to darkness.
That one out in Abington.
Right, the shadows in that game towards the end started to play a role too as they started to come across home plate. Third pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout there for Scabilio up against Tyler Ferdinand.
That's now 5 strikeouts for Scabilio, so he's just been racking up the Ks.
Yeah, he's really found a groove here. Going the distance too, I mean. We do have somebody warming up for the Shamrocks, but so far Scabilio has just been riding it out.
Yeah, Quigley's left the pen. I wonder if he's ready and waiting for whenever Scabilio may hit his pitch limit.
First pitch, a little low to the top of the order batter, Dan Cook. See some dirt kicking up around the field. Nice breeze here today in Acushnet. Second pitch fans the batter for a strike into the catcher's mitt.
Cook is 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch to lead off the bottom of the first. Ended up being caught stealing over at third. And he flew out to center in the third.
And this pitch a little low. Put the count to 2-1, I believe. Scabilio pitching from the stretch too. Something interesting to note. Doesn't really have a windup. Cook fouls that one off. 2 strikes now. Like you said, solid amount of people out to watch the game today. Sisters, brothers, mothers. Strike 3 looking there to Cook. Scabilio 3 up and 3 down. He is really on fire now. That might have been the last batter he faces, but a job well done there and keeps the lead at 3 for his team. And we move to the top of the 6th inning now. Looks like we've still got CV on the mound for the Mariners. While he gets warmed up, we'll take a little break here. We'll be right back, though. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. We welcome you back to Pope Park here in Acushnet, Massachusetts. Cranberry Baseball League action. Top of the 6th inning. Matt Seavey throwing his first pitch for a ball. TJ Keefe, the catcher for the Shamrocks, up to the plate right now. Left-hander. Takes another pitch low. Keefe had that single in the 3rd inning. Nice piece of hitting. He poked one out to left field.
He was the one who had gotten picked off.
Right.
On that great throw from DiMatteo.
Swinging at this pitch and hitting it up towards the middle. Grounded by the shortstop, and the throw in time there. Nice throw from Tyler Rondeau.
Yeah, back in that 4th inning, Rondeau was busy. He had to make a couple of plays over at short. And this one probably the toughest one he's had to make, moving to his left. But makes it look easy and gets the first out. And I think that's going to be it for Matt Seavey.
Yeah.
But he got the most out of that start, or out of that relief appearance, I should say. And how about retiring 8 straight to end his outing?
Yeah, really started to find a groove. It's interesting, the grass at these fields so far at the games we've been to, it really slows the ball down. We saw it there in Attleboro, out in the outfield. Players hit some nice hits into the gap, things like that, and just being held to singles because the ball was getting slowed up so much. Saw it there just on that ground ball.
So, yep, the new pitcher is in fact Casey Fernandez, and
good call by you.
That'll close the book on Matt Seavey. Going 3 1/3 innings pitch, giving up 2 hits, 1 unearned run that reached base via the error back in the 3rd inning. Didn't walk anyone and struck out 3. So really solid performance out of the pen from Seavey.
Now Fernandez. A little taller. I can tell you that. Still a right-hander. Try to give you a little more on Fernandez, Casey Fernandez.
Yeah, the right-hander out of UMass Dartmouth. Not sure if this is his first appearance of the season or not. But his job right now just to keep it a 3-run deficit, top of the 6th inning.
Exactly, yeah. Mariners need to get those bats going next time they get an appearance.
Adam Horowitz is standing in the pen, so he might be the next one to go for the Mariners if needed. But Fernandez from Wareham, Mass. Rising Tide High School. And this past season with UMass Dartmouth, appeared in 3 games, had no record, just 3 1/3 innings pitched, 27 ERA, and a couple of strikeouts.
Going into his sophomore year, so room to grow for sure, and where better to hone your craft than the Cranberry Baseball League this summer. One of the few places you can catch some live sports. First pitch from Fernandez is hit deep into left field. This one's back towards the wall, and it's over the fence, a home run from Kyle Sylvester. First pitch swinging from Fernandez. He takes it deep to left for a homer. The only 2 home runs hit in the Cranberry Baseball League by these Weymouth Shamrocks.
And what a day for Kyle Sylvester. Remember, he reached on a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning that plated a run and then had an RBI single right up the middle. And this time he gets all of the first pitch thrown by Casey Fernandez and puts it right over the left field fence and adds an insurance run 4-0.
Yeah. Really good piece of hitting there, and I apologize. I kind of went silent there because I'm just watching it to see if it's going to be out of here, and Looks like it just barely crept over the wall there and left. It was Alex Sorrenti tracking back to get it. I mentioned to you before that Max McDonald had that solo home run for the Shamrocks. He's not here today, so Sylvester steps up and hits one himself. Not bad. First strike in there for Fernandez, making a 1-1 count as he deals to Mike Cook. Third pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Had to have hit that ball 330, 340 feet on that home run.
Yeah, I mean, it was Sorrenti who had just gotten put into the game out there. Took his first step in and then realized quickly that ball was going quickly further and further over his head.
Full count now. Yeah, he might have had a chance to rob that one if he had made it all the way back in time.
Yeah,
It wasn't well over the fence.
Yeah, that ball really started to carry towards the end and had enough to get out.
3-2 pitch in the dirt, but hit towards third. Fielded cleanly in the throw in time. Over there at third base, Joe Frechette making the play. After a couple errors earlier on in the game, the Mariners starting to figure things out in the infield at least.
Good bounce back from Fernandez. It's always tough to bounce back after the first pitch and throw coming out of the pen, set over the fence. But
how often does that happen?
Yeah, it can certainly be a confidence killer, but to be able to get that much needed comeback out, second out of the inning, is definitely a step in the right direction for him.
So now 2 outs as Fernandez gets ready to face Kevin Aylward. First pitch in the dirt. The Shamrock dugout still buzzing after that home run. This pitch hit down the third base line, but foul. Sylvester, not a terribly big guy. Still plenty of power in that swing.
And for Bourne, they're looking to find some of that power themselves in the lineup. They're getting shut out last game. Trying to avoid that here. They got 2 innings to avoid getting shut out in the first game of this doubleheader.
Fernandez kicks and delivers. Off-speed pitch just missing. Made a 2-1 count. Somebody out there looking for that home run ball. Not 3-1 count, another ball inside.
Yeah, it kind of just rolled out into the woods. There's a tree line that surrounds the entire perimeter.
And another ball, that time in the dirt. That'll send Kevin Aylward down to first base with 2 outs. And Connor Dolan is due up next.
Dolan 0 for 2, reached on an error in the second. Grounded out to second in the fourth.
Fernandez from the stretch. First pitch swinging, fouled off into the dugout. A couple players trying to show off the reflexes. So 1 strike on the batter, Dolan. Here's Fernandez from the stretch. Looked like there might have been a steal attempt, but they're going to get held up at first base. Mike Cook down there, testing the catcher. Fernandez pitch from the stretch, hit out into right field. This one might get down. No. In time to make the catch. Over there in right was Dan Cook. One of the Cooks. Dan Cook able to make the play, though, to retire the side. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. We've been saying it all day, but it hasn't mattered more than right now that the Mariners need to get those bats going if they want any chance in this game. Down 4-0 after the home run from Sylvester adds to that lead of the Shamrocks. Take a quick break here. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. Welcome you back in for the bottom of the 6th inning. Jordan Frazier, substitute, stepping in right now for the Mariners. And still on the mound for the Shamrocks is Scabilio. First pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, Frazier will replace the designated hitter Eric Sylvia, who had been 0 for 1 with a walk.
Scabilio from the stretch again. Pitch low for a ball.
And on deck is Alex Sorrenti, who had replaced
Mitch Lundholm.
Yep. But he's out in left. Now Drew Boley over at first in place of Lundholm.
Scabelli's pitch missing high for another ball. Mariners really need to see some offense here. Down 4 runs with just a couple innings to go. Scabelli dealing, another ball high.
And I think I just heard from the Mariners dugout saying that this is going to be Scabilio's last batter, as I think he must have hit his pitch limit. So
Pitcher's being held to around 40 pitches, if I'm correct. And in there for a strike inside on the lower part of the plate.
I'm still looking for that ball back there.
A couple youngsters on bikes headed back to help send the watch party. Another ball in the dirt. That'll send Frazier down to first base, and that must have been Scabilio's last batter. It was. Good outing for him today, though.
Yeah, he'll be responsible for that leadoff man on, but he ends up going. Looks like 2 1/3 innings pitched. And so we'll see if that anything happens of the runner on first, Frazier, but new pitcher in, and it's going to be Brennan Quigley.
Brennan Quigley, correct. And I mean, sidearm pitcher just off that first pitch. A lot of movement. Tailing from left to right.
So for Scabilio, 2 1/3 innings pitched, no hits allowed. Still waiting on that runner at first, but walked 2 and struck out 6.
Gotta think this might help the Mariners a little bit to have a right-hander on the hill now. Something different. A little more easy to see the ball in. Some movement being generated out there, though, by Brennan Quigley.
Yeah, Quigley from Endicott College. 6 feet, 190 pounds, out of Braintree, Mass. I'm wondering, though, if the number here might be a little different, because it does say he's listed as a third and first baseman, so you wonder if, again, another number situation where he's a different player. Who knows? But he is listed as number 11 on their roster, so we'll take that at face value.
Looks like that was his final warm-up pitch. He's ready to go. Mariners have a man on first. Trying to shrink this 4-run deficit. And it's Alex Sorrenti, the substitute, making his first appearance at the plate. Just watched that ball soar over his head in left field last inning. Or at the top of this inning, I should say.
The search has been halted. I wonder if they end up finding it.
Gotta put that one in a trophy case. Quigley's first pitch. Tails in there for a strike, and you see Sorrenti backing off the plate because it looked like it was coming inside, but the movement on the pitch, able to draw it back in there to the strike zone for a strike. Sorrenti back in there. Another good pitch, just misses off the inside part of the plate for a ball.
Heat really picking up.
Yeah, as this day carries on. Frazier down there at first base. This pitch way inside. Might have caught Sorrenti, and I think it did. He'll head down to first base.
There's no signal from the umpire, though.
Yeah, awkward situation there. Delayed call from the ump, but they will say it hit
did
him.
Look like it got him.
Yeah, definitely. Even sounded like it. Players in the field were kind of like, where are you going? Sure enough. Sorrenti will take first, and that moves Frazier up to second. Now stepping in, Zach DiMatteo must have been substituted out.
Yeah.
First pitch there from Quigley is in for a strike.
So we're seeing a different look there. And trying to figure out exactly who it is.
Maybe a Logan I might have heard from the dugout.
That's kind of what we're judging.
Got to use
off
our
of, not
audio
numbers.
cues. This pitch hit into the gap out there in right center. Gets down, and now we got a runner headed towards home. Stumbling with it out in the outfield, and now another runner might be coming home. Instead, he's going to get held up at third, but Frazier's able to come around and score and get the Mariners on the board. Nice piece of hitting there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an RBI. It was bobbled out in right field by Gowdy, but I think the runner was going to score anyways. And actually almost allowed a second run to come in
All
the
the way
form of
from
Sorrenti.
first.
But Frazier was able to score, and the Mariners are on the board.
Ball just kind of nestled down in the grass. Couldn't quite pick it up in time. Still able to get it in there to hold up the run at third.
Logan Casalo, the one driving in that run, pinch hitting for Zach DiMatteo.
Yeah, and making his presence felt right away. Nice RBI single there for Logan. Now Matt Cook will step in, trying to compound the run support. Logan Casilla, okay. Cook takes the first pitch. Second pitch swinging and missing. Even the count up at 1 apiece. Runners on the corners here for the Mariners. Nobody out. Chance to inch back into this game. Pitch trying to tail in there to the strike zone. Just not making it for another ball. Cook, the left-handed hitter. Swinging and missing at that pitch. Low. Now 2 strikes on him.
The wind's blowing left to right now, so any of those balls might be swung towards foul territory down the first baseline.
Oh, really good pitch there from Quigley. Starts out on the outer half and just circles right into the middle of the strike zone for strike 3.
So that run that scored is charged to Scabilio, and that is an earned run for him. And that closes the book now officially on him. He's still in line, though, for the victory.
So now Drew Boley will step in for the Mariners. First pitch will hit him. So another batter hit for Quigley. And that sends Boley down to first and will load up the bases for the Mariners.
Yep, control slipping a little bit here from
Got another substitution.
Quigley, and yeah, we're going to see another pinch hitter in a pretty big spot.
Bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 run already scored in this inning by the Mariners. We'll see exactly who this is up to bat.
I think it's Jake Benotti.
So Jake Benotti steps in there to handle Quigley's first pitch. It's a strike looking. Benotti stepping up at a real big time right now. The base is loaded. His team's down by 3 runs. Second pitch over the zone. He fouls it off for strike 2.
He'll pinch hit for Shet, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out and strikeout.
Oh, 0-2 count now for Quigley to deal with. Fouling it off again there is Benotti.
A ball in the gap could tie the game, theoretically, depending on the speed over from Drew Boley.
Quigley from the stretch. Foul down towards first. And the runners were off quickly, but they'll have to head back. Still Benotti up to bat right now. No balls against him. An 0-2 count to deal with. Bases loaded. Quigley with the pitch just inside. Was working back towards the middle of the plate. Didn't quite catch the corner.
Yeah, really good front door breaking pitch, but he just left it a little bit too far inside.
1-2 pitches swung and missed. It gets to the backstop though, and we got a runner coming home. It looks like he's in there. And he didn't slide. So you hear the manager from Weymouth questioning the umpire on that, but he will be called safe.
Yeah,
nice heads up base running there.
And Benotti is out.
Sorrenti was the one scoring on the past strike 3.
Yeah, so because there's the bases were loaded, there were less than 2 outs. That means the batter's automatically out after striking out on that one. So Benotti, in effect, ended up driving in Casala, and at the same time, he has put the tying run in scoring position.
Yeah, runners at second and third now with 2 outs. Tyler Rondeau steps in with a big chance.
Yeah, Boley at second and Casala at third.
Quigley from the stretch. That pitch tails in for a strike.
With the runners going on contact, I don't see how anything in the outfield isn't at least 1 run and probably 2.
Absolutely. This one's inside.
Oh.
You hear some chirps towards Rondeau as he tries to say the pitch hit him. It didn't look like it did. He was headed down first base right away. Guess you can't front him. We're trying to weasel his way to first, but either way, he steps back in. Takes that pitch looking for a strike. You wonder if the umpire might have been persuaded by that. Now 2-2 count. Rondeau chokes up a little bit. Takes another pitch inside for a ball. Make it a full count. Full count. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Tyler Rondeau stepping in with a chance to tie the game. Pitch down the middle, swung on and fouled out to right. Out of play.
They've really made Quigley work throughout this entire inning.
Yeah. Quigley just trying to hang on to this 2-run lead that the Shamrocks have built up. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Rondeau will take his base. Load him up again.
So now Ferdinand will get an opportunity. He had that first hit back in the third on a bunt. I don't think he'll bunt here with the bases loaded and 2 away.
No, I don't think he will either.
Although third baseman is playing even with the bag.
Ferdinand gets a signal from the dugout and steps in. Base is loaded here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch swing and he hits it into right. Gets down in time, and a run will score. And they'll hold the runner at third base, make it a one-run game on the RBI single from Tyler Ferdinand. A nice poke out there to right. Just barely gets down. Sean Gowdy couldn't quite make it there in time. But a good play to hold the runner at third.
Timely hitting from Ferdinand, wasting no time. First pitch he saw, he rips it into right field, and Gowdy had trouble gauging whether he had an opportunity to make that play, and so he fields on a hop. I think that was actually the wise decision, because
Absolutely.
if he lays out and doesn't make that play, that's at least 2 runs scoring. The game is tied, and with runners going, probably would be a 5-4 lead for the Mariners.
Yeah, certainly the smart play out there and right to hold the runner. Just allow one to score and still hang on to the lead right now if you're the Shamrocks. Quigley, with 2 outs, is trying to get out of this inning.
Cook will be the 9th man to bat in the inning for the Mariners. They've batted around.
First pitch is a strike for Quigley. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A hit here you have to think might have a chance to supply the Mariners with the lead. This pitch just outside and away. Even up the count at 1 apiece.
Cook 0 for 2, reached on a hit-by pitch back in the first.
That pitch tailing in and fouled off over the backstop. It's a 2-out rally that the Mariners are putting together right now. A 1-2 count for Quigley, dealing to Cook. And fanning at it and missing is Cook. Good pitch there from Quigley to get him out of the jam and hang on to this lead just by the skin of his teeth. So it just got a little bit more interesting here in Acushnet. 4-3 will be the score after the bottom of the 6th. And we head to the top of the 7th inning. Shamrocks with a chance to maybe extend their lead if they want to before they try to hang on and get this win in the first of a doubleheader here at Pope Park. But as the players warm up, we'll take a quick break here. As I said, it's getting interesting. You're not going to want to go anywhere here. You're listening to the Cranberry Baseball League presented by WMUA Sports. All right. So, welcome you back for the 7th inning. Weymouth with a 1-run lead going into this. Mariners made a pitching change. It's Adam Horowitz. First pitch swinging over to the third baseman on a chopper. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. Joe Frechette over there at third base.
And the third time J.B. O'Donnell's grounded out. The second time he's grounded out over to Frechette, but I do think there might be. No, it is actually Frechette still out there. I think someone had batted for him, but he's still back there at third. The interesting substitution rules here in the CBL.
Adam Horowitz throwing a ball there. As I mentioned, he just came in to pitch at the start of this inning out of UMass Dartmouth. Seekonk native. Second pitch low for ball 2.
Sean Gowdy 0 for 2 with a run scored after walking in the third.
Horowitz, we might have seen Horowitz last week as he throws for a third ball.
Believe
Changes that delivery from the top to the side. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Some movement on that fastball.
79 on that one.
Yeah. Oof. A 3-1 hits the batter right in the hip. Sean Gowdy
certainly just continues to be a struggle for some of these guys.
Yeah, a lot of ice packs going around tonight. Some bruised hips and player hitting the head. That time it was Sean Gowdy taking one.
That's now 6 by my count. Batters that have been hit. 2 for Weymouth and 4 for the Bourne Mariners. Ouch.
This ball hit right back up the middle, tipped by the pitcher, now fielded at short with just a glove. Really good looking play there from Tyler Rondo at short.
Yeah, that was
if that's still him.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal glove flip by Rondo to get the out. I mean, it was going to be a close play. If it would have been an even closer play if he had gone with the hand, but
right.
Quick open glove flip over to second baseman Ferdinand and
might have taken that one out of Andrelton Simmons' playbook. That was really clean. So to make 2 outs, pickoff over at first, not in time.
Great move.
Yeah, some cheese on that pickoff.
It'd be huge if Bourne could get out of this 7th, giving up nothing. Got a chance to walk it off maybe in the 8th 2 run, or in the bottom of the 7th 2 runs.
It's Brandon Jenkins up right now. Just swung and missed at that pitch. He's got a runner on first base with 2 down. Horowitz taking a long look over at that runner. Now he's going to try to pick him off. I think he got him. He did. Getting rung up on the base path over there was Marcus Forrester for the Shamrocks, and Horowitz with a nice pickoff to get his Mariners out of the inning. Talk about efficiency. Nothing more efficient a pitcher can do than pick a guy off on the base path. Gets his team out of the inning, still down by just 1 run. We'll see if the Mariners can make the comeback, complete the comeback. After 3 runs scored in the bottom of the 6th, they now come up in the bottom of the 7th, down just by 1. Take a quick break here, but you're not going to want to go anywhere. You're going to want to see how this one finishes out. We'll be right back on WMUA. All right.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready.
So bottom of the 7th here. Mariners down by a run. Stepping in to lead things off. Is it Jordan Frazier?
Yep.
Frazier takes first pitch for a ball. Brendan Quigley's still out there for the Shamrocks. Second pitch over the zone, fouled off by Frazier. So I believe this is how last inning started off. I think it was Frazier who led that one off. Of course,
Trying to update the scoreboard right now.
the Mariners were able to hit around their order last inning.
There we go.
Quigley right down the middle there for a strike. You get a 1-2 count. Quigley's 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Staying alive there is Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier actually went 2 for 3 in the opening night matchup against South Shore. He was able to reach base in this lone plate appearance via a walk. Came around to score the first run of the game for the Mariners last inning.
1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Would have been a strike. Mariners trying to rally back. Down by 3 runs at the start of last inning. Actually, yep. That pitch inside for a ball, make it a 2-2 count for Jordan Frazier. And another pitch fouled.
His team's getting behind this lengthy at-bat. Just a reminder that we got another game coming up after this. Same 2 teams.
We're just getting started here in Acushnet. This pitch popped up towards the second baseman, who's backing up to catch it. Called off by the right fielder, and the play is made quite gingerly by Sean Goody. Gowdy, I should say.
Yeah, smart.
That got awkward.
But a smart move by Gowdy to call off his outfielder, or I'm sorry, call off his infielder, because he had a much better angle on that ball and was able to get under it and make the play.
Here's Alex Sorrenti now for the Mariners, taking the first pitch low for a ball.
Sorrenti was hit in his lone plate appearance. He also would come around to score.
1 away. And that pitch finds the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-1. Sorrenti swinging and missing at that 1-1 pitch. Now we're going to have to play a little bit of defense at the plate. 2 strikes against him.
Casala in the on-deck circle.
Taking a chop at this one, and it looks like it might head to foul play. First baseman making his way over there, and he'll make the grab. Nice play over there at first base by Brandon Jenkins to make it 2 outs. And the Shamrocks are 1 out away from a victory here in the first leg of this doubleheader. They're going to see a pitching change.
Yep. Looks like Quigley's going to hit his limit. And so we'll see a new pitcher to finish off this one. And it looks like it's going to be a replacement coming from the field, interestingly enough.
Straight out of the Little League World Series.
So Kyle Sylvester's going to finish it off. How about that? The guy whose home run is the difference in this one right now is going to try to get that final out.
Sylvester hit that home run back in the 5th inning, I believe.
6th inning.
6th inning, I apologize. Took one deep to left. Now we'll come in to try to close this one out for the Shamrocks on the hill. Potential player of the game. Two outs against the Mariners here, and they're back against the wall in the bottom of the 7th, down 4-3.
Book is closed on Running quickly, it goes an inning and 2/3, surrendering 2 earned runs on 2 hits. Gave up 1 walk and was able to strike out 3 Mariners.
Sylvester gets warmed up.
This will be a save for Kyle Sylvester if he's able to get this one final out. It being a 1-run game.
It's going to be Logan Casala to bat for the Mariners. He just came in last inning. Ended up coming around to score. Appreciate you tuning in to the Cranberry Baseball League here, presented by WMUA Sports. I've been Cam Seibert. Colin Casey's been with me. Like we say, it's a double header here today. We'll be switching roles. Colin will be doing the play-by-play for the next game. Be sure to stick around for live sports in 2020. I mean, where else can you get that? Maybe
Not
on the
very
PGA
many places
Tour
right
now, yeah. But not many places is correct. So Logan Casala will step in. He's getting ready to face Kyle Sylvester. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, down by 1 run. First pitch low for a ball.
Casala had that RBI single last inning. It's a pinch hitter. His lone at bat.
Some off-speed stuff from Sylvester there.
I mean, really off
Misses
speed.
the plate,
He took
right.
a whole lot off on that pitch.
Right. Looks like me throwing out there. Sylvester kicks, delivers. Same spot as the last pitch off the outer half for a ball. Make it a 3-0 count, hitter's count. Might expect him to take a pitch here. Could really use a base runner. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike to make it a 3-1 count. So now Casala, with a swinger's count, really, 3-1. Swinging at this one and fouling it away. Sylvester able to fight back to make it a 3-2 count.
Yep. Mariners down to their last strike.
It's been a pretty good game, though. Credit to the Mariners thus far to fight back, to make it interesting. Let's see if they can complete the comeback here. Back against the wall for sure for Logan Casala, with 2 strikes against him and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Sylvester's pitch. Outside for a ball, and Casala will head down to first base. Tying run over at first.
Yeah, that's huge. Gives Matt Cook an opportunity, and he'd love to get off the schneid after going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts so far.
The left-handed hitter Matt Cook will be up next.
Not sure exactly who's at short now. I think it might be Quigley that they just stuck over at short.
Okay.
And we got a pinch runner also.
That happens to be the manager, Nate Charette.
And you know, it makes a lot of sense because he was known for his speed when he played in high school. And he played a long time here. And it's unique for sure, but it makes a lot of sense because he certainly still has the speed.
I don't know that I've ever seen a manager come into a game before.
We've got manager, owner, commissioner, and now a pinch runner.
Incredible.
See if he can pull off some Dave Roberts magic over at first.
He's inching out there. First pitch in the dirt for a ball. Manager Nate Charette over there at first base, pinch running.
He's certainly getting his team fired up. Oh, he's got a really aggressive lead.
Oh, yeah. Second pitch fouled off into the backstop. Yeah, would really like to see a ball in play here to watch Coach Charette over there wheel around these bases.
Yeah, I mean, a ball in the gap certainly gives him an opportunity to score.
Like you said, he's taking a mountainous lead over there at first base. Pitch over the heart of the plate and fouled off again there by Cook. I mean, you talk about things getting interesting. Have you ever seen a manager sub into
No.
a game? I haven't either.
I mean, in the
I don't know
longest
about the rules.
yard,
I
I
don't know.
remember Nate Scarborough checked into the
Right,
game and
bro.
scored the game time or the touchdown before they
Touchdown.
went for 2. But that's in the movies.
So something straight out of Hollywood here. Cooks takes the third pitch, looking on the outer half of the plate. And that'll do it for the first leg of this doubleheader. Weymouth able to hang on for the win. It'll be Kyle Sylvester who got the close after hitting that home run in the 6th. But we've got more baseball to be played here today. Weymouth takes the first leg. Go ahead.
And I think it's going to be about 20 minutes. Well, we're going to find out how long. Okay.
So
15 or 20
we're gonna
minutes.
get a 15 to 20 minute break. We'll turn the live stream off and start it up again here when the next game's getting ready to go. But we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in for this one. It was down to the wire, 4-3. Weymouth is able to hang on for the win. But the next game getting ready to start up here in just a little bit. Cam Seibert and Colin Casey will be switching roles for that one. Appreciate you tuning in again for the Cranberry Baseball League coverage here, presented